Definitely dead mid-patch. It tries to start and then it just dies. Alright, so today we are starting fall harvest. As you can see, I've already taken off 2 end rows of this field right across from the farm, just to kind of gauge where we're at. The moisture is still a little too much, so we're going to have to wait for the beans to dry down a little bit and then we'll come back. As you might see, these beans look absolutely horrible. I don't really know what's gone wrong with this save. I don't know if it's a Giants update issue or if it's because I did download that mod that the crops can develop a disease. So I'm not sure if one of those two has broken this map, but yeah, so the beans look absolutely horrible. However, when I show you the yield map, you'll be pleasantly surprised. So the enders are actually in the yellow, and we also have some spots of green here as well, which is quite surprising because usually your end rows are absolute garbage because of the compaction of the ground. Like from here, the beans look absolutely normal, but you run up into them and then it changes and it almost looks like they're dead. So I kind of had to play a little magic and make this one field harvest ready in October. However, let's run over here. See, these look green, and then you get into them and they look normal. So I'm going to leave this field alone, and then when we fast forward into November, we'll see if anything changes with them. So, because I know the corn, for the month of September, the corn actually disappeared. Like the field was empty. And then when we got into October, it reappeared again. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on. So I'm going to leave them bean fields alone and see what happens when we fast forward into November, if it fixes it and they go harvest ready without me having to, do anything. All right, so we have all 3 combines set up. We are making our first pass down the field, going right down the center here basically, because it'll give us a good insight of what the yields are actually going to look like. And so far it's bouncing back and forth between the yellow and the lighter-ish green. So we're doing all right, I guess. We're not in the orange or the red, so that's pretty good. I'm excited to see what the corn does this year. But got all 3 combines out. We have 1 cart out. We don't have the second one out yet. I'm kind of waiting to see if we're going to even pull the second one out. We probably will, just because it's going to make life a lot easier with 3 combines. If we were running 2 combines, we'd definitely have 1 cart out, but I do think we're going to get the third out here pretty soon. And then we're going to throw some lime down on this field. Alright, so we got everybody going officially now. Got the second cart all the way in the back. It's on the 9530 actually. I'm just curious of how that tractor does with that cart. That's the only reason it's on it. Like I said, once we're done with this field, then we're going to come in and put the lime down. I don't know if we're going to do it or if the co-op's going to do it. We'll probably end up doing it ourselves. We'll put the other 9570 on the fertilizer spreader, or the lime spreader. And then we'll get both the big 9RXs out and put the rippers behind them and let them start ripping this field while we move on to... I don't know if we're going to switch off of beans and start on some corn, or if we're just going to keep on with beans. I guess we'll see where we're at on moisture. Alright, so I am currently about to head over to the field because we have a combine that is dead mid-patch. No idea what's going on with it, gone wrong with it, but I need to get over there and see what's going on. We definitely could have done without this, and of course it would happen, the first day of harvest. This field is very, very rough. It is not nice out here. Oh yeah, she's definitely dead mid-patch. About to get motion sickness, actually. How rough it is out here. Which combine is it? It is combine number... Yeah, this is combine number 1. Alright, let's get in and see what's going on here. So it would appear It tries to start and then it just dies. So that tells me we have some sort of fueling problem with this thing. If it'll at least try to start, it seems like. Alright, we got the side panels opened up here. I don't see anything leaking. At least from this side. So let's go around to the other side here. Oh, this panel's not open very much. I don't see nothing leaking. This is your clean grain elevator right here. This is actually, grain goes up here and up to the tank in this little tube here. And I don't see anything leaking on this side, so I don't actually know what's wrong with this thing. So I guess we'll just call John Deere and let them come deal with this, and we can get back to harvesting with the other two combines we have, because right now we're 0 efficiency. Alright, so we have cut around it, and we'll just let it sit there. That's all we really can do until Deere comes out and takes a look at it. And you know, they've basically made these things to where you have to call Deere to come fix them. I mean, it's gotten that bad. So I think because that we're down to just 2 combines now, we're just gonna run 1 cart. There's really no point in trying to get the other one going. So just run 1 cart until they can figure out what's wrong with the combine. I have a strong suspicion it's not gonna be back for this field. The fuel gauge is flashing at me. We're about out of fuel, so we're gonna run this after we empty the hopper, grain tank, whatever you want to call it. We'll run it up into the yard and put some fuel in it. And then we probably should look at the other combine, because I'm not sure how full it is, actually. The carts are both fine. We can actually probably run most of harvest without actually filling them, believe it or not. They don't really use that much. It's really the combines that get drugged down for, I mean, obvious reasons. Alright, so we are, after these 2 passes, we'll have a long and a short in the middle of the field, and then that'll be it for this field. And then I think we're going to fast forward into November, and I want to see what happens with those other bean fields, if they mature, or if I'm going to have to go in the developer control and, you know, do that. And I also want to see what happens with the corn. And then it'll really be on, because we'll have like 2 days to get everything done. So that'll be like 900 acres to get through. But we got the machines to do it, if they could fix our other combine. We are on our last strip here. Overall, this field went over pretty well, I'd say. We'll get everything dumped into the bins, and then I will tally up the bushels, and we'll be fairly accurate, minus what's in combine number 1, because we can't run the tank augers. So we'll be fairly close to what we made on bushels. So our final tally was just under 10,500 bushels for this field. We made 10,487. So that's probably fairly accurate, because we dumped about 10 truckloads. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I thank you so much for watching. Definitely hit that like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.